Hello everyone. My name is Daniel. Currently, I'm working in Gojek as a cloud platform engineer. Today, I will discuss about how we manage 230 plus Elasticsearch cluster using Elastic Cloud on Kubernetes. This is the outline of our talk today. First is I will discuss about the previous architecture, so how we manage our cluster before TCK, then the initial experiment, then the migration process, caveats, and conclusion. So in the previous architecture, we have Elasticsearch standing inside Elastic container, and then we have a big VM. So we don't want to waste resource, so we run multiple containers inside the VM. And also, we can see that we have a storage here, and the storage is shared among containers in the VM. And then to ensure that Elasticsearch is still available even when disruption occurs, we run Elasticsearch in cluster mode, and we try to spread the container so it will be fine if one VM is down. And also, this will be the shape of our data. So we organize our data in daily indices, and we also have curator that automatically remove the old indices or indices that have been expired. So previously we are only running like only 50 plus cluster, but we are growing. So currently we are reaching like 230 plus Elasticsearch cluster, all running in 550 nodes. And they are like ingesting 9.6 document per minute. So this is where we start to encounter our issues. The first issue we encounter is manual VM creation. So actually it is not as that bad, but since we need to do it over and over again, since we are growing, so this become a burden. Currently, not previously, we use Terraform and Chef to manage our cluster. And then the second issue is the manual container relocation. So sometimes we need to move a container to another VM due to various reasons. For example, VM1 is full, so we need to move ES3 to another place. So it is hard because we know that we have shared storage here. So this is what we usually do. First is we remove ES3, then we ensure that the cluster is still yellow, it is not red, and then we can start ES3 to VM2, which is empty. So the data will be recovered from ES1 and ES2. And also there is manual mass update or update. So it is a pain to do this because we have a lot of cluster. We already tried like to split the work between pairs, and also we like do batching. Like for example, we do for Elasticsearch reverse, but it is still taking a lot of time. For example, for last migration, we need 2 weeks to complete the mass update for everything. So it is really taking time. We have complex mass update and also continuous operational works due to ever-changing resource demand. It's okay for like 50 plus cluster, but it is overwhelming for 230 plus cluster. So we are looking for like automation solution. So ECK came out from our mind, and we do some experiment on it. First experiment that we do is we try to install ECK, of course. To install it, it's not as hard as we thought. We just need to do helm install, and then ECK is running. All we need to think is to ensure that Kubernetes master can connect to ECK because it supports admission webhook. Then to deploy Elasticsearch, it's also easy. What we need to do is just define the Elasticsearch, then ECK will do the rest. It will create the cluster. And also this is what I like. So to create Kibana, what we need to do is just define, and we can also tell that I want to connect to Elasticsearch name Quick Start, and Kibana will be automatically connected to Quick Start without additional configuration and become a nice UI for the cluster. We do like a lot of experiments, for example, reducing Elasticsearch replica and anything, and we like how Elasticsearch operator help us, and we are pursuing this solution. So we are thinking, how do we migrate from the previous infra to the new infrastructure? So because we have daily indices, we think about double threading. So by doing double threading, it's easy to rollback because we have two clusters running, but here the resource usage is also double. This is the example of the visualization if we do double threading to LXC and Kubernetes. And in the next day, we can see that the index will be start in the same time, so slightly same different time, but it is still fine because the index will be similar. And then we also thought about the other alternative, which is like merging cluster. But I don't think that this is officially supported because we need to detach the cluster from ECK. The plus is there is no double resource usage, but it's not easy to roll back because the cluster already merged into one. So we are skipping the solution. So we are continuing with double threading. There is two ways to do double thread. First is passive migration. So since we already double thread and we have daily indices, all we need to do is just wait until the curator remove all trace of double thread. So basically we have a similar cluster set. So what we need to do is just copy remaining indices, for example, .kibana. And also we also have active migration. This is for cluster that has like longer retention period, for example, like several months. We don't want to wait, right, for several months until the migration has been complete. So what we do is we do double write, and then in the next day we do snapshotting from the old cluster into the new cluster. And to migrate Kibana settings is not as hard as we thought because it is Elasticsearch index. We just need to migrate the Elasticsearch index and start the Kibana, and the setting will be migrated. And also we configure some security settings on Kibana, and it's also not hard to migrate because it's stored as Elasticsearch index. So what we need to do is just copy the index. We are using like snapshot and restore. Then after we do that, we can log in using the previous credentials. And also, while we are doing migration, we have some caveats. So this is some of them that we encounter. First is slow startup due to too many environment variables. This is a fun issue because when we start like migrating 100 clusters, we found out that our pod starts to be really slow to start. For example, it needs like 30 minutes for the Elasticsearch to be ready. So we start to do some profiling and we saw that Elasticsearch containers need like 12 minutes to be ready. So we are thinking that there might be something wrong with it. So we are investigating, and we found out that there is a startup script. So the script will be run before running the GVM, and the script itself will iterate over environment variables. And we can see here that it takes 6 minutes to be done. So we are thinking like, do we really have a lot of environment variables? So this will be taking a long time. Then yeah, we try to see the environment variable, and we are a little bit shocked that we have a lot of environment variables. Turn out that it is Kubernetes maybe legacy feature. Fortunately, it can be disabled by setting enable service link false. So by setting this, Kubernetes will not create environment variables related to, for example, service and another things to the pod. So we can start using like 27 environment variables only. And by doing this, we decrease the startup time from 30 minutes into like 1 or 2 minutes. So it is really good. After that, we also encounter like init slash low backoff because of there is some issue with installing plugins. So if install plugin fails, it will leave something that prevent install plugin to be restarted. So this issue can be fixed by removing the old plugin and installing the plugin again, or we can also install the plugin inside the image. And then the conclusion, how it feels running 250 plus Elasticsearch cluster using ECK. So after applying the migration process, we achieve plenty of nice things with the new architecture. So the first one is the automatic VM creation. So previously the VM creation is manual, but now it is fully automatic. So what we need to do, we just need to create a workload, for example, a pod or anything. If cluster autoscaler thinks that the cluster should be scaled, it will scale the cluster, and we don't need to create the node anymore. So it's really helping us. And then this is also the issue that we encountered, we always encounter, which is moving container to another VM. But since now we are running on Kubernetes, there is some change. So previously we have a VM, and in the VM there is storage which is attached to the VM. But in Kubernetes we have PVC, so container will have their own PVC or storage. So to move the container from one VM to another VM, we can just detach the PVC from one VM and then attach to another VM, and we can move the container easily without any data migration, which is really neat. And also for operational overhead itself, it's easy because now we can just modify the specification and ECK will do everything for us. And also there is some change that's limited by PVC. For example, we can't, of course, change the storage type from HDD to SSD, I mean. And also we can't like reduce the storage, for example, to 8 GB to 4 GB. So Elastic Operator will show that it can't be done. But fortunately, we can maybe do that by changing the node pool. So if we change the node pool, Elastic will create a new node pool with a new specification and also remove the old node pool and do the data migration. So this is still can be done, but with data migration, but it's still fine because it's still automated. And also we create a small layer on the top of robust automation with ECK. So it's easier to manage our cluster. We have a Helm chart for configuring Elasticsearch object with Helm value stored in Barto Market. And to update the infrastructure, Barto Market runs Helm install or the upgrade command as a sidekick job, and it will be done on the Kubernetes. And previously, like we need like 2 weeks to update all of our cluster, but now all we need is just run a command on Barto Market, and then Barto Market will put a job inside Sidekick, and we will like install everything to the Kubernetes, and like with a single command, we can update all of the Elasticsearch, and ECK will do the rest of the thing that we need. So we are decreasing like from 2 weeks into 1 until 2 hours for updating all of the cluster. Thank you for following the talk.